What is up, everybody? My name is Ryder Renegade, and today we are once again unboxing another Zhu Zhu City hamster, and that is Pipsqueak. Now, how I got this one? Oh shoot, my bad. Now, how I got this one? That will be confidential and only be spoken within the Zhu Zhu Pet Discord server. So, if you want to know how I got this specifically, go ahead and join that, and you'll know everything about how I got this and why I got this. But I will say thank you to the one that did send me this, actually. And I am very excited for what's soon to come within the new series of Zhu Zhu Pets and the iconic return of the Zhu Zhu hamsters himself. So this here is Pipsqueak. You already know her as the yellow one within the Fab 4, and as well the unofficial leader, supposedly, of the Zhu Zhu Pets. She was the main character of The Quest for Zoo, as the main protagonist within the Quest for Zoo movie, and as well, I guess you could say, the main zoo character within this show series, The Zhu Zoos, aka Polly and the Zhu Zhu Pets, which aired on Disney Channel back in 2016. She has returned with her all-iconic beady-eyed glory, and I'm just excited to unbox her. I'm honestly excited for Pipsqueak now that I have her, because I've had quite some history actually with my original Pipsqueak from many years ago. My original Pipsqueak that I had, I don't have anymore because she broke, and I had to basically do an exchange in Walmart for another Pipsqueak, which then also broke months later. And then I customized it to one of my other custom Zhu Zhu Pets named Bumble. You would recognize her from one of my Zhu Zhu Pet collection showcases. I then got another Jilly from my friend Jake, aka Battlelord Zero, with a bunch of other Zhu Zhu Pets within that same series. And now I also have this one. I also have the 2017 Pipsqueak as well, alongside the birthday party variant that was also released a year after. But anyways, let's go ahead and look at the packaging. Starting off with the front, we have Zhu Zhu Hamster, Pets Without the Mess, Watch Me Zoom, and then her name, that being Pipsqueak. Also, seeing this a little bit more closely, it looks like that the Zhu Zhu Hamsters will be released like this, with the Zhu Zhu Hamster mentioned on the front, instead of just Zhu Zhu City, and Zhu Zhu City would be the whole series itself as a whole. On both sides, it mentions Zhu Zhu Hamster, Pets Without the Mess. On the back, it shows all 6 of the Zhu Zhu hamsters that you'll be collecting within the first wave, alongside the fire truck and station tunnel, the downtown starter set with Carly mentioned right here, and the police car with tunnel. From Sepia LLC, there's the UPC in case you ever want to get curiously scanning it, or something like that, the EPC logo, and as well the QR code for more Zhu Zhu Pet information. As I'm recording this video, the Zhu Zhu City site for the Zhu Zhu Pet's website is now open for all to view, and you'll be able to look at everything that they have to offer within this new series of Zhu Zhu Pets. There's plenty of new designs that were also showcased with like some of the hamster characters, some being basically recolors of the original Fab 4 and a bit of Jilly, but I'm thinking it's mostly just the Fab 4. But that doesn't matter right now. Let's go ahead and do the fun part, the unboxing. Now, as per usual, we'll go ahead and go from the bottom here. There's also some information as well down there, in case you're curious. Its unit number is 5003RR. Now that I remember when I got Scoodles, it was a lower number, actually. But this looks like the next release for what is soon to come. As I'm recording this, it's on May 30th, and most likely I might be dropping this sometime within June. So if you're seeing this within that time frame, well, there you go. Now let's get to the unboxing part. Alright. Oh boy. Yeah, as per usual, yeah, I don't have like the proper stand for this, so we'll just go ahead and do that. There we go. Okay. Just unbox this. There we go. Now we go ahead and bring them out. That was pretty easy, I gotta say. So here's Pipsqueak. She's very soft, I'll say that. Love the beady eyes that she has. It just makes her seem silly. Nose button works. Head button works. Back button works. Her birthmarks still remain the same, a shooting star. It's just a little bit smaller, actually, and angled a little bit more differently. That as well, the noticeable different color choice to match with her color of her back, so that's another thing. And then there's the tag that mentions Zhu Zhu Hamster, not for the age of under 3 years old. and as well other more information within that part of the tag, but I'm not going to really look into that since it's not like those informative tags from the original Zhu Zhu series. Honestly, they really should bring that back. It's actually pretty helpful and also very, you know, interesting. Gives them more of a story per se. Now we go ahead and lift this part up and just there we go, just like that. There's the screws that we will undo, and then there's the collector sheet. Now when I got Scoodles, it basically was a different language reading everything, but now this one appears to be in English, so that's good. We'll go ahead and basically open this up so then you get to look at this. So these are all the sets that you'll be able to collect and expand within your Zhu Zhu City. There's the Ferris wheel right there, the police car with tunnel, fire truck station with tunnel, the downtown starter set with Carly, the city hamster herself, and the other Zhu Zhu City hamsters that you'll be able to collect within the first wave. That's awesome. And then there's the instructions as well in English, and then it shows Num Nums as well as the demonstration, and as well another note to notice that this unit was most likely a beta testing unit because it does not have the chassis that surrounds the code reader and the wheel box. Unlike these ones that are released right here, they have a chassis that basically keeps the skin intact and as well as other functions, including the exoskeleton. So basically skinning these in case for like internal repairs could be a little bit difficult unless you have the patience. So let's go ahead and just take this out. There we go. And here we have Pipsqueak. My gosh, you look so adorable looking. Oh my god. Feels great to actually see the Fab 4 return once more. 2024 CBA LLC. So this is going to be a new wheel box motor that's going to be inside. So it's going to basically function a lot similarly to the 2017, not 2017, the Zhu Zhu fish from Zhu Zhu Aquarium, but with like a different mold, so it doesn't, you know, seem like they're really reusing it too much. But I'm thinking maybe, I'm starting to think of this a little bit too much, but I think, hopefully, that the Zhu Zhu fish, the second wave, and what's set to release here in the US, hopefully soon, they'll have the same wheel box mold, in which is basically more unique and authentic. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my screwdriver so then I could go ahead and basically have her make her sounds. But as well, I'll be bringing in the other generations of Pipsqueak to do a comparison. Alright, I got the screwdriver and the batteries, but let's go ahead and compare Pipsqueak from each and every generation. So, here's the original release from 2009. It looks more paler, I guess, but I guess probably that might be because of like many years of just basically existing, but I think probably it was just like this because it was just like that, pretty much. Of course, classic nose button, head button as well for nurture mode, and you can see that her shooting star button birthmark is actually more facing upwards instead of sideways compared to the third generation of Pipsqueak. And then here we have is 2017 Pipsqueak from the second generation. You can see how expressive she is because, well, the second generation of Zhu Zhu pets were very expressive with their own personal eye color and smile. And as well, they have like pink inner ears within the second generation. And then her birthmark looks a little bit to be more upper per se, and a little bit more bigger in some type of aspects, or as well, it's a different sideways, actually. It's like mirrored a little bit, now that I noticed that. Wow. But yeah, I guess that's some difference actually within 2017 Pipsqueak. And here we have this new generation of Pipsqueak, looking like more authentic of a hamster actually compared to the first generation, and as well the birthmark being a different color to match the color of her back, and as well differently angled. Oh, I gotta focus. Different angle of where it's pointing, basically pointing more or less 45 degrees instead of I guess 10 degrees. But now seeing if it's mirrored, it's not mirrored actually. It's like in the perfect correct way, like the original one. I'm not gonna bring in the birthday party variant because basically it's the same thing, just with a different printing coat all over them. So yeah, that's one thing to note down. But now let's go ahead and test down the sounds of all the Pipsqueaks that we've had throughout all the three generations that are known. Alrighty, let's go ahead and test out Pipsqueak's sounds from the first generation. All right. Now those are some classic nostalgic sounds. Whoa, I can't speak. Nostalgic sounds everyone remembers from their childhood. Now let's go ahead and see the 2017, how she sounds like. From what I remember, the 2017 Zhu Zhu Pet Fab 4 basically have the same sound quality and variation compared with the 2012 re-release of the Fab 4 with like silver birthmarks, making it special for the Quest for Zoo release up in France. Never really got that actually here in the United States, which is quite unfortunate. But let's go ahead and hear 2017 Pipsqueak sounds for the comparison between this one and eventually with this. It's more higher quality, more quicker, and snappier compared to this one, which is more like a steady pace. This one's like very like more hyperactive in a way. And of course, that's what it sounds like actually with the 2012 re-release of Pipsqueak with the silver birthmark embroidery. For other of the Fab 4, basically they have different patterns, but Pipsqueak from both the first generation and the second generation, and including the 2012 re-release, it's the same pattern like one another compared to the other Fab 4. It's like different variations, and of course, sound quality. Now, let's go ahead and check out what's new with this generation of Pipsqueak for Zhu Zhu City. And of course, I'm going to have to basically project my phone properly like that again so I could unscrew it. Alright. Oh shoot, hold up. Okay, there we go. Alright, now let's go ahead and put in the batteries. Okay, time for the big reveal. 3, 2, 1. As you can see, it's very different compared to the other two generations because their nose button is basically like their head button nurture sounds, but of course, under your own manual pace. While here in the head button, it goes on its own, like every other nurture mode. Though I really didn't test out actually if the nurture mode is actually quite similar to this. But I guess I'll go ahead and test it out off camera when I get the chance. Now let's go ahead and hear how she sounds like when she zooms. As you can see, very high quality compared to the other two, in which they've been through some time actually throughout the years with different tones and pitching, but of course with advanced technology. Now let's go ahead and give her a test run downstairs to see how fast she moves. Yeah, there we go. Alright, I shall see you on the test run. Alright, I am on the test run right here with Pipsqueak, so let's go ahead and see how fast she goes. Well, of course, the wheel box will need to do a little bit more of a warm-up, I guess. As you can tell, there's plenty of the classic sounds from the original Pipsqueak herself. And of course, that sound, which was reused for the adventure mode. Yep, all the honking noises. Alright, that is it for the test run of Pipsqueak, so I'll go ahead and bring her back up, and we'll basically do my final notes on it. Alrighty, and now for my final thoughts on Pipsqueak for Zhu Zhu City. I love it. It literally runs normally like every other Zhu Zhu pet. Of course, it will need to pack up some more speed within the wheel box since it just became like packaged up for its release eventually, so it will be more quickly once you like run it up. But as well, batteries do depend on like the energy of it, so you also will need to check on the certain types of batteries that you would use on your Zhu Zhu pet. Though personally, as you can saw, That was not proper English, was it? As you can see, I use Energizer batteries for all my Zhu Zhu pets of every generation. So personally, I would go with that. But overall, I really love Pipsqueak the way she is. She is amazing. Like it really gives me that nostalgic vibe of getting Pipsqueak originally before it broke down. But yeah, that is all for this video. Here's another final comparison between the generations of Pipsqueaks. And there's just my dog trying to intrude in. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? But yeah, that is all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, and stay zootastic. Nailed it.